Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the stunning race 5 of the first FAI Virtual World Gliding Championship in India today. We will soar over the majestic landscape of Kashmir, very close to the Himalayas, at the border between India and China. It's going to be super interesting to follow. Good evening, Jean-David. How
Good
are you
evening,
tonight?
Antoine. I'm fine. You? How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. So, what can we expect tonight?
Very high altitudes. Indeed, we are soaring, as you said, next to the Himalayas, and the landscape we provide and where we fly is really, really high. We speak about 2,900 meters ground level at the arrival, so it will be really, really high. We are taking off from Kargil in the mountains, so we'll have a look at the landscapes in a few minutes and of the triangle task of 256 kilometers tonight. So
Great.
what is the competition class, Antoine, tonight?
So tonight we are racing in the 20-meter two-seater class. So that's the an official FAI World Gliding Championship class. And we expect the pilots to race in the Arcus, most probably in the Arcus or the Geodiscus, but the Arcus is better. There are no handicaps on this class as well, so we expect to see a lot of Arcus and a great glider. And everyone who is gliding in real life should really try to fly this Arcus because it has unbelievable performances. Jean-David, shall we talk about the results from the previous races first?
Yes, obviously, Antoine. So the last race was qualifier number 4, and in this race we had an amazing race where Joren Jenen from Belgium qualifies. He arrives first after multiple tries and multiple close qualification. He finally did it, so he arrived first at this race. Then he's followed by David Redman from Australia. After we have Ryan Woods, who arrived third, but he already qualified in a previous race, so he isn't qualified from the qualifier number 4. And magic from the virtual world, we have a perfect ex aequo for the fourth place. We have the Argentinian pilot Jan Benezovsky, who arrived at 1 hour and 40 minutes and 21 seconds. And at the exact same time, we have Mikko Nieminen from Finland, who arrived. So at this level, our rules just qualifies from the second and not the millisecond, so they arrived perfectly at the same place. But at the end, as we have one place left for the qualification for the best fourth pilots, I guess that we have our winner, because to have better than a perfect ex aequo will be really, really hard. So then here we discover all the those qualified pilots until now. So as you see, there is only 2 races left to qualify for the Pro Championship. The race tonight is in India, and tomorrow we will fly in Canada. So a lot of great pilots connected tonight for the
The
not
last
the
chances.
last chances, yeah, the 2 last chances to qualify. Starts to be stressful because a lot of pilots are really high class and world class pilots, and there is only 6 places to take.
Yes, exactly, Jean-David. And as you can see on the graph here with the qualifiers, Pro Championship and World Final, there wasn't on the graph, on the visual there, the third ex aequo, Mikko Nurminen, but we have confirmed him as being the fourth best place, best performance of the Pro Championship already. So he's qualified to the Pro Championship. So I would like to congratulate the 4 of them for the race in Argentina. It was amazing to follow. Great club class flight in the flatlands with only the selection of thermals that matters. So it's not easy to do at all. And today it's a completely different register of flying. We will have a lot of ridges not a lot of thermals, I think, for the pilots. Maybe some waves. So we will see what the pilots will do to try to get on top tonight to qualify to the Pro Championship. We have the 3D view already behind us, and as you can see, and as we said already, the ground level is very, very high here in India, in Kashmir. So, Jean-David, where are we now?
In this global view, we can see that we are in north of India, next to the Himalayas mountains, and we will fly directly from an airport that is located into the mountains. Thank you, Tim, for the zoom. And we can see that the pilots, before the start, are trying to catch the first thermal and the first lift from the mountains. They are trying to know how is their mass on the first leg. This first leg, as you can see, is down to the southwest. So the pilots are grouped from now around the Kargil airport, and then we will go southwest to Sheshnag Lake for a first leg of 77.9 kilometers, then to the east, just like that, to a mountain that is called Kiari Negla. This is the turn point. I don't know if it's the real name. There is a leg of 70 kilometers. Then we go back to north next to the airfield for a leg of 91.9 kilometers. And then we will have a short path to be aligned with the airfield, with the turn point 3 on north and the final reporting point, the turn point 4 on the right, and then be back on the airfield. So the task is a total of 256 kilometers length. I can't remember what is the expected average speed, but approximately, I guess, 1.5 hour to 2 hours race.
Yeah, maximum.
Yeah, maximum
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the goal we are setting at each race. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit quicker than that. So I expect
Obviously, yeah.
very high speeds. And what the pilots must remember today is that they are not flying in the Alps. They are flying much higher than in the Alps. So the true airspeed is really high, and they may expect some flutter at a much less speed than what they are used to do in the Alps and what they are used to have in the Alps, actually. They're going to fly between 4,000 and maybe 6,000 meters even. QNH, you can see already 5,300 meters for Tibor here in Papa Uniform Sierra. So they will fly very fast with that true speed, but the flutter will come much quicker as well. So they really need to be careful with that when pushing hard with those gliders. So that's the Arcus in front of you, a very nice view on it, and a very typical wing built by Chempirf, the German manufacturer. And you can see all the small parts of the wing with all the different angles on that wing, which makes it super beautiful. And yeah, you should definitely see this one in real life as well. It's a pure and amazing glider to fly and to see as well. The wing is absolutely beautiful. That's the Geodiscus, which is a kind of a first generation glider for the two-seater 20-meter class here that we have. Flapless glider, the Geodiscus. It can be as good as the Arcus, but at a wing loading of probably 48, 50, 52 kilos per meter square maximum. Otherwise, above those wing loadings, the Arcus is going to be much, much better, and it's going to climb much better as well in the thermal. So yeah, we will see how fast they can fly tonight.
Yeah, and we are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Please send us any message you want to support your favorite pilot or just to say hello. We have Julien Liattard saying hello on YouTube, and tonight is live from the cockpit. So he decided to join us for at least one race, and he will discover our world of flying top level Condor and flying with so much pilots in a quite wild region. So please enjoy, Julien, and feel free to send us a message how you feel the race, but focus on the race because you will fly close to the mountain. I don't want you to crash because you send us a message. So keep it safe. Okay, we
That's really cool, you know, Jean-David, because we were saying for a few races now, 4 races already, that if you are loving the races, you should definitely try to come and join. They are free, and you can just try to compete with the other very good pilots. You don't need to be the best one. You must fly with those top pilots to learn and to get more experience to then be able to win at least a day. Very nice wing show from Julien.
okay. So let me check. So we are now 4 minutes and 10 seconds to the start. The pilot should get ready before the start line. Some of them are spread on the first leg. GBO should come back in a few minutes. We are here with Jarmo, Karjalainen, GKK, and you can see on the back that the start line is quite low compared to the position of Jarmo. He's 5,160 meters. He needs to get down just as the other pilots. We can see
Yeah.
that John Churchill is also really high. Julien Lietard and the others need to get ready.
Yeah, the start is much lower than usual compared to the ground level. I mean, so they will need to get much lower. And actually, the airborne start usually is at 1,500 meters, and today for the pilots it was only at 900 meters. So that means something. It means that they don't need that much energy to start, and we expect a very close start with the ridge there that is just on track to turn point one. The wind is blowing from the southeast, you will see. So we expect a very good start for the first leg here. Remember the maximum speed for crossing the start line is 170 kilometers per hour. That's a ground speed. So they will have some wind blowing against them, so some headwind, but they are flying very high with a very high true air speed and probably a very high ground speed. So they really need to be careful once again on that start. Saying really hi to everyone joining now before the start. So we expect the start in approximately 2 to 3 minutes from now, I guess. We have very good names flying tonight. That must qualify. We have Tim Madsen. I've seen Jarmo Karjalainen. Witold Rozak was really close to the qualification on the previous race. He really needs to make it to the Pro Championship. Benfest as well. Uwe Meltzer, I don't remember if he qualified or not. We have seen him quite often on the previous races in front. So that's going to be very interesting to follow. A lot of pilots. I don't know if we have an exact number of pilots flying tonight.
I have 75 pilots on the queue number.
Good. That's still very good. 75 pilots in the two-seater class.
And we are now 1 minute from the start.
So you can see here, right in front of you, the start line like this. Then you have a turn point just over our head, and then the reporting point, I think, is this one right there. And you can see the finish line also here. So there are 2 points very close to the airfield, at least with the finish line and start line. So first, we must focus on that start line today. And you can see the track and those mountains here. So they will need to do something to climb over those mountains or to take the ridge. Let's see what the start will look like. How many seconds?
17, 16.
Okay, you can go for it, Jean-David.
The start is really, really close. 10 seconds before the start. They are all getting ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Race is on.
Looks like a great start. Everyone is widely spread here. I think maybe there was a restart, but I'm not sure. We will see that from Dirk here. I'm not sure. But that looks like a good start here. And I think obviously everyone is going to the ridge first. There is a good cumulus cloud as well. Oh, we can see that
Yeah.
Sam needs to
Sam
take the start. He completely forgot about the regatta start, maybe. So he's pushing towards the start line, and I think a lot of pilots forgot about it. GDT is behind, but you know, in say playing Grand Prix, you don't have to be the first to cross the line at start. But you should try to be the first to cross the line at the finish line. So it can be a strategy to start behind all of those pilots and try to grab them one by one, but you need to be careful with that and not let them get too much energy in front of you. So with Dirk, 3,600 meters already and joining the ridge, Jean-David.
Yes, obviously the wind pushes from the southeast, so it makes this ridge really, really promising for a good lift, and that's what they are expecting. And we can see that going straight to turn point one, they are climbing at 7 meters per second. That is really, really great. They are climbing a bit because, as we said, the start line was quite low compared to the mountains and the ceiling. They can expect a good altitude from now. We saw pilots approximately at 5,000, 5,200 meters just before the start. So if this ridge is good to turn point one, they can take it almost not to the end, but from the to the half of the first leg, so it can give a really, really great altitude. I don't think they will stop until a few kilometers, maybe going for 30 to 40 kilometers straight, trying to get some dynamic lifts. At least that's what I would have tried.
Seems like a very good start, and the TBA was really high compared to the other pilots here. So I assume he took a really good start and took the best energy line to go to the ridge. So I think he really managed very well to anticipate that start and to think about the first few kilometers after the start already. So it's a very good start from him, and we can see all of them 100, 200 meters below. So it's very well done from TBA here. I see Alex Oldwitz there on the right side here, pushing and pulling. Seems like there is a lot of energy in the air, with a good uh, wind speed blowing on those mountains. So that's quite cool. Let's see how they're gonna pull on that one. I think they're gonna have quite some energy here.
Yeah, exactly. And if you look on the left, you can see that the turn point one is just on the left of the screen right now, and the valley just go there until there is some mountains that needs to make you a deviation. So we will see from now. Some of them are stopping, but not all the group. A small gaggles try to stop, and the others are going straight. TBA is really great. Great start from him. It can push. He's higher than anybody else.
Yeah, impressive start. Really impressive start because he's at least 150, 200 meters above all of them. So that's really impressive. Really, really good start. really good start. Look at that compared to the big pack down there. And the higher you are on the ridges, the better it is. So it can only increase for him. So it's really good, really, really good start.
I just hope he didn't forget about the starting
Yeah,
speed.
the energy. Yeah, exactly. That may be a reason. Maybe he forgot about the speed at start.
Because when you are flying in Condor, you can display the start line, so you see at what altitude you need to go through. But the maximum speed you need to cross, speaking about ground speed, is not displayed anywhere. So you have to remember the rule and adapt your flight to not overspeed during crossing the start line. And this can give you a lot more energy than the others, but at the end, your penalty will get you drop down to the rank, and you won't be qualified even if you arrive first. So I hope he didn't forget, but I didn't.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point, Jean-David. That's a very good point. Actually, you're right. So we will see only at the end of the race if he did manage properly the start here. We are back with Frank Schwetzfeger in Oscar Niner, a very good pilot. He finished second of the Condor World Cup a few days ago. So congrats to him for that. Really well placed here in the leading pack. Maybe we can have a look at the pilots who started a little bit late behind to see who missed completely the start. We have a group with Donna Pierluigi here. Witold Rozak. So Witold Rozak, that's very interesting. That's why I wanted to have this view. Thank you very much, Timothée. So Witold Rozak is behind, is higher, but he's really far behind, I think. Okay. So we will have to monitor Witold and what he can do to come back in the race. Looks like a very good variometer here. Wow, in a straight line. So maybe there is already some waves.
Yeah.
That's surprising to see such a good variometer like this. Very surprising.
Yeah, as you said, it's quite interesting because the previous pilot we followed was not close at all to the ridge, but I guess it was for security reason because, as you can see, they are all grouped and all glued to the ridges. It can be tricky to fly safe at this position, but Vitol there found a lift quite away from the ridge. In a safe position,
It was some wave
I guess.
because we can see a small lenticular cloud here in the valley. And below the cumulus, yes, but in Condor you can have that when the ceiling is the ridges are super high. We've had that last year as well in one of our races with some waves. It was really interesting. I think it was in the US. So yeah, it's interesting. There are definitely some small waves here and there tonight. Gert Bodenhausen took a really good start. I think he's in a good group right now. Uwe Meltzer as well. Well done, Uwe. In the Arcus, obviously.
Yeah, the ridge is really great all along the pass
Wow.
from the start, about
He's
25,
pulling. He's pulling.
about 25 kilometers, going straight and up. Perfect. Going
And your own. Wow.
to turn point
Nice
one.
view. Very nice view from the mountains in Kashmir, India. You can see they are really surfing on
So
those
yeah.
ridges. It's crazy. You can see the track compared to the heading that they have. Really nice. Really nice.
So maybe, Tim, we can have a look at the 2D view because we are already at a key moment of this race because the first pilot, Papa on who is leading the race, is facing a decision, because as you can see, the valley shown by the road right here, it starts to deviate from the perfect alignment of the track from the first leg. So if they are high enough, they can go up there and they can go on to another ridge, but it is higher, or they need to deviate their routes. We will see if they are high enough, or if they need to stop, or if they try to follow this path in following the road. I think that we will see some different strategies at this point. So we will follow everything from now. Going to turn point 1, you can see that the decision is a bit less obvious because the mountains are a bit higher. They are not perfectly aligned with the wind. So the wind, you can remember, comes from the southeast. So for the first half of this leg, it's quite obvious. The wind pushes perfectly perpendicular to the ridges. So you just have to follow it. But for the next few kilometers to turn point 1, it should be a bit trickier, but some ridges are a bit aligned. Are they high enough? We will discover this in a few seconds. Already some altitudes. So on the right, you can see different altitudes. They are ranked not compared to the altitude, but the highest pilots is almost Witold Rozak and X-ray Bravo X-ray. They are 5,300 meters, almost touching the stratosphere. They are so high. It doesn't look like that because the ground is really high, but at the end they would need some oxygen in real life.
Exactly, Jean-David. So we are back in Condor, in Kashmir. Yorunienen is right there, just on top of that group, and they are turning to the right now towards turn point 1. They need to be high enough, as Jean-David explained, to be able to follow the highest peaks and ridges here. So we will see them quite a lot pull and push, or push and pull, depending on the situation. So that's a must follow. And you can see a good cumulus cloud here in the over those lower hills before joining the highest ridges of that leg towards turn point 1. Jean-David, we said how many kilometers to turn point 1 tonight?
So to turn point 1, we have 77.9 kilometers, so approximately 78. So
Okay.
48 kilometers to go. We are approximately 1/3 to the first turn point.
Okay, great. Perfect.
I'm
So
trying to find Uniform India, Julien Lietard, and this guy in this gaggle. There are too many people connected.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if he's in the first gaggle or if he's behind this first one. Yes, he's behind and he's focusing. Oh,
Oh, he, I
Julien.
think he tried to send us a message.
No, I think he prefers to watch the stream rather than flying.
Obviously.
Obviously, because he loves the commentators and so on. So I think that's the main reason why.
So enjoy
But,
the stream, Julien. Let's
enjoy
try.
the stream. Go take a beer and, and try again tomorrow. Back with Thunder. You can see a lot of gliders in flying. They said in Argentina, the feedback that we've had is that in flatland it was very difficult, and the sky were super busy, especially for the first few kilometers, and the pilots were really struggling to fly safely in virtual, obviously, because not everyone is flying with a VR headset and sees everyone around and so on. So it's not always easy and always 100% safe in virtual, and that's why in real life as well all the events are set with a maximum number of pilots of 50, so 50 pilots per class during a competition in gliding to avoid any collision or increase the risk for the pilots here.
And maybe Tim, you can zoom out just a bit on the previous view because it was really, really interesting. Thank you very much. As we can see, all the pilots followed each other until now from the first half of this leg, but as we expected, the first strategies start to show up. We can see that the pilots who were high enough decided to continue all over the ridges to turn point one, and as we can see, we have the straight line between the start line and the first turn point. They are really, really close to it, and they are catching it really close, so not a lot of deviation. It is great for the average speed. At the same time, we have another group who decided to go a bit on the southeast, but it's not really, really clear what they are doing right now because I think they are trying different ridges. I think after that, it is not really clear what to take. So some of them just tried the cumulus on the left. Some of them tried another ridges, but not as clear as the option on the right, and not as high because, as you can see, the first pilot on these ridges will be able to climb really, really high following the ridges. Yeah, Tim Madsen, TKM, 5,500 meters, still climbing. I would be amazed to see, the curve of the altitude depending on the kilometers. I think it is just rising and rising and rising. Gliding ratio infinite.
Yeah, that's really nice. Really, really nice to follow. Look at that, and they are passing over those mountains. Nice view. Really enjoying that view like that. Look at that landscape in India. That's great. So that's one part of India. Maybe we should try to go to some more flatlands, let's say in India next time. There is no landscape yet, I think, in flatlands in India, but I think there are definitely a lot of places to discover there, just like in China. Jarmo Karjalainen from Finland, flying very close to the snowy mountains here, so I bet he's used to it. Tim Madsen, 140 kph. Very good. Vitor Rozak back in the game, but you can see GBO in front. I've seen Richard. Well done. Well done, Vitold. Wow, look at the speed. 289 kilometers per hour, ground speed. You see, they're flying super fast with this high altitude. And now he's pulling 26 meters per second. He pulls, he's pulling. Look at that. Maybe let's do a close-up on him to follow how much he's pulling. Look at that pull. Look at that pull. No way. No way. Do you have the meter per second again, please, Tim? I see GBO at 182 kilometers per hour. Yeah, thank you. And have the view behind, because I think everyone behind is just doing the same and pulling. Maybe we can go with Kilo Juliet or GKK. Perfect. And you look at that. Look at that. Pulling in the wave here. There's definitely something very
Oh my
interesting.
god.
The wind is just blowing so much on those mountains right now. And it's just some light wind, but at high altitude it's crazy. The gradient is crazy. And now they are pushing again, taking some speed. Let's get back with Vitol Rozak maybe, because he's doing a good flight.
JJJ tried another strategy. He found this lift and he decided to climb in it. He stops in the wave.
Okay. Yeah.
This is interesting because 12 meters per second average climb speed. Wow.
That is something.
That maybe is the one. We will see.
Remember, on race 3 in Romania, we were with Alin Simion from the Romanian gliding team, and we talked about waves in Romania. And they said that with the ice space, they were able to climb up to 11 kilometers above ground level, above mean sea level, but it's almost the same there. Let's say. I bet that here in the Kashmir, very close to the Himalayas, you can climb very, very, very high. Let's see if someone is climbing up to 10 kilometers tonight in a wave. I'm really looking forward to see if someone will be that crazy to do that. Jeroen, Yenen, so he qualified on race 4, the previous race, from a very, very good win in Argentina. It was great to follow. TBA is very high as well, almost
Yeah.
6,000 meters. So that's the highest you can go in the Alps, basically flight level 9 or 5, due to airspace constraints. Thomas Mayer, 200 kilometers per hour. So he's flying really. Really looking for the wave. I think Tamas as well. He's flying in the valley. Jeroen pushing 290 kph. Yeah, easy. We told you it's gonna last 1 hour 20 minutes maybe.
Mhm.
We will see, but yeah, it's a super fast race tonight. Very interesting.
Look at that, 280 kilometers per hour ground speed and 8 meter per second, 9 meter per second. They are almost reaching the turn point 1 because we can see the blue cylinder just 10 kilometers away from this position exactly right now. 10 kilometers to go for Gerd Bertenhausen. Beautiful Arcus, great speed, great altitude.
Nicely done, Gert.
Mm.
5,200 meters here. Well done.
So the next turn point is on the left right now. It is facing the wind, so maybe a bit trickier.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be tricky. I think that's why maybe some of them are trying to get into the wave or climb a little bit higher. Or Vitor Rozak. Look at that track and the heading that he has compared to the track. He's going straight to turn point 1 now, but the wind is coming then from the left side here. Wow, the view is really great. So thank you to the guys who created that landscape, so that we can fly in Condor with it. Gert Bodenhossen is joining turn point 1, Jean-David. What a fast start for this race tonight.
Obviously, yeah. I don't think we expected that average speed, and the next kilometers in the race will be really, really interesting because we saw different strategies. Someone climb lots, some other just go straight and fast, but it may be a difficult decision. We will see. Richard Banham following, and Gerd just a few kilometers away to Sheshnag Lake in the mountain, and again climbing into a dynamic wave movement. And congratulations, Gerd, turning the first turn point in the first position. Wow.
Well done, Gert. 5,100 meters there. Look at this view from Kashmir.
But
Amazing views.
right now you can see turn point 2 and the landscape, the ridges are not as
Wow.
well placed as it was on the first leg. So keep focusing on your strategy.
Richard Badam, well done. You can see some lenticulars there. Witold Rozak's
So hard.
5,700 meters.
Yeah.
So that's so high compared to those guys in front. He started a little bit behind, but yeah, I think he was just looking for one thing, trying to find the best energy lines and the small waves in between the mountains in the valleys there. And he managed to grab them one by one so far. Well done, Vitold. Richard Badam, second pilot to reach the turn point one. We have Spisset Kos as well here from Poland, but probably Witold Rozak is much, much higher. And will be on the third spot here, turning the turn point one. Would you like to swim in that lake, Jean-David?
Obviously, yes.
I think it's a bit cold.
Wouldn't you?
I think it's a bit cold, but we can try. Yeah, I think the view is amazing from the ground as well here with that valley. Oh, look at that. Nice. Well done, Vitold. 5,460 meters and turning that great turn point one. Well done, Indy Arcus. Let's go. What do we have in front of us then? Wow, a lot of pilots are super high, super high.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, look at that. So the wind is blowing from
They are approximately facing the wind right now. Vitold is facing approximately the wind.
yeah, indeed, it's southeast, and we're going to the southeast. So it's a kind of headwind situation now, and then they will get back to the north after turn point two, and they will be able really to find the good ridges to the north. So that's the most difficult part of the race, maybe, to go to turn point two, Jean-David.
Yeah, it looks like that. As we can see, Gear decided to make a strong deviation from the initial pass to turn point two. He is going back to ridges perpendicular to the wind, but as it is perpendicular to the wind, it is perpendicular to the leg and to the way to turn point two. It may be a bit harder than the first leg, but I don't know if the other will try this strategy. Maybe Vitold will be high enough to go exactly like that. Thank you, Tim. He is high enough, and he decided to make another strategy, going straight, finding all the way to climb after that. The variometers is not perfect compared to the previous times.
Yeah, but it's not so bad. Minus 2.5 meters per second when you're flying at that speed headwind. That's not bad. He will find something, I guess. Really looking forward to see what are the options. Indeed, Yarmo is joining GBO and RPB, and you can see some clouds here in the valley, very light clouds, showing to the pilot where the wave and the wave, well, where the wave is, I would say. So maybe they want to take that one and come back afterwards. There are a lot of options open to the pilots here.
Yeah, so thank you, Tim, for this interesting view, because we can see in the few kilometers starting this second leg that the mountains are quite perpendicular, but it's not a perfect way to go to turn point two. This is multiple steps of mountains that are perpendicular, so they need to jump from mountains to another one to get to turn point two. It is really clear with this view. Thank you, Tim. So as there is a wave movement, maybe they will try to find the synchronization of the wave and of the mountain, but it may be hard to find. I think they will help them. They will climb from a mountain to go to the other and going step by step.
We have some news on YouTube from Julien Letard, who explained what happened there a few minutes ago. He told us he got a mid-air collision just next to the ridges. They should, and he added, they should add Flarm in Condor 3. We will see. I confirm amazing waves and strong high-level winds. Very good. Very good. If you have questions on anything, guys, you can ask them on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. I'm going to have a look right now at Facebook because I didn't do it yet. I know it started a little bit later than the others. We had a small issue with Facebook tonight, but it's all working, yeah.
And maybe, Tim, you can display the average speeds just after turn point one to have an idea. Yeah, we have 190 kilometers per hour for Vitold. Gerben Zbisiek are 187 kilometers per hour. So we will see. We can consider this as the average speed during the first leg, but the second one should be trickier. So maybe the average speed will decrease. We will see how much it will. Amazing view here. I don't know who it is. Thank you. Kuba Jedrzejewski, really high, higher than the others, higher than Vitold. I don't know where it stops before.
I think they
Maybe it didn't.
stopped in the wave
Look at
that we've seen earlier with Vitol, but Vitol continued, and I think he stopped there. Just stopping you for a second, Jean-David. I'm on Facebook, and I see Josha saying good flight to everyone, and I have as well the Association Nacional de Vuelo Libre de Guatemala, so the National Association of Free Flight from Guatemala, saying good flights, mates. So thank you to you watching from Guatemala, and thank you to everyone watching the live streaming and the broadcast tonight. Don't hesitate to ask your question in English, or why not in Spanish? Maybe we can understand that as well, and probably in other languages as well with translators. So don't worry, you can ask your question, and we'll try to answer all of your question. Back in the race, Jarmo Karjalainen from Finland in the Arcus. Well placed, I would say. It's interesting to see what Vitold is doing. I think he's doing the right thing right now, Vitold. I see Richard Badam on the correct side of the mountain as well, but Vitold is much higher, so he can be just in between. So it's quite good. I think we lost Jean David, but he will get back. He will get back, don't worry. Richard Badam in the Arcus. So the wind is blowing in front of them. Some headwind here, so they must be uh, careful right there. It's not easy, and I think Jean David is back in the game with us tonight.
Sorry, guys. My connection has just been lost for a second.
It's okay. No worries. Richard Badam. I hope he's gonna get. Yeah, I was sure he would get something here. Really good. Pierre Lefebvre, X-Ray 17. Have you seen him before, Jean David? Pierre?
I don't think so. Maybe I will check on the score.
Yeah,
Because
would be good, because I don't think so as well. I think I've never seen him. We have 303 pilots who registered to the event so far, and tomorrow will be your last chance to compete to the qualifiers of this first FAI Virtual World Gliding Championship, and to try to qualify to a Pro Championship, or just to try to fly a FAI race with us with a very high level. Did you find him?
yes,
Jean-David?
so he just flown to the second qualifier. He finished the circuit, but he was ranked 53. So it was maybe too hard for him.
Yeah, but tonight he's very well placed, I assume.
Yeah, maybe different strategy. Maybe he found someone to follow who is really well placed, and if he found the perfect time to overpass him, he will try to qualify tonight.
Thomas Meyer, 6,000 meters. Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Richard Badam is much lower. Yeah, they are really high. Sean Churchill is following him. I have Alex Olvidster behind in Alpha Echo X-Ray. I see Alpha 33, Arthur Duke from Poland behind. KMI, Mialik Nos. Oh, look at that. Wow, 7,500 meters for Alex. What is this thing? I think they found something and they were like, okay, we must stop because there are those mountains. We are flying headwind, and
Mhm.
maybe it's much clever to climb here, indeed, and then to go straight to turn point 2 and then fly as fast as they can to turn point 3 with the ridges, or without any ridge. We will see what are the options. Arthur Duke, 7,800 meters, very, very, very high as well. It's a good option. We know that the Polish pilots are talking together on other channels. So probably Vitold, who is in front, is well aware that Arthur has been able to climb to almost 8,000 meters now. Look at that variometer and that altitude. Bottom left is reaching 8,000 meters right now. That's crazy. Well done. I think that's a good option to take as well.
Yeah.
Because the higher you are and the faster you will fly as well. So it's interesting.
And as you mentioned earlier, this leg is crucial into the average speed on the overall race because it may be the hardest one.
Yeah.
So if you have a great altitude just starting it and you can overpass every pilot's just below you, that makes a great average speed on the second leg. And at the end, it will pay.
Yeah, exactly. You must stop, maybe. You will lose some time there, but
Mhm.
if you get enough altitude with very good climb rate, then it will be easy to go to turn point 2 and to pass over all of those pilots who are flying much, much below. So that's quite interesting. A very good option, I think, for Alex and for Arthur Duke here. What do the 2D view tells us, Jean-David, right now? Maybe we can unzoom a bit as well to see where we are compared to turn point 2. Thank you very much. So we are between 1/3 and half of the second leg, Jean-David.
Yeah, and just as predicted, the second leg is harder. The decisions are very different. They are spread. They need to make some deviation to avoid the mountains because they are really really high, and if you don't climb enough, you need to avoid them. Two groups, obviously, one going into more southern option, one a northern, and we have India, Quebec, and Sierra 7 in the middle, taking the straight way. Maybe they are higher. I can't see them on the right. I will try to find the info. Yes, Sierra 7 is 5,300 meters. He's high. I don't think if he's higher than anyone else around, maybe it will be tricky to go higher. Then we will see. The idea here is to find the perfect ridge, to find a great lift, and to get high enough, I think, to go to turn point 2, because after this you will have a small component of backwind to push you to the finish. It
Yeah.
will be easy.
Timothée, can you move a little bit the map from there to there like this so that we can get a view of the ridges? No, the other way one towards turn point 2. So we have a very good ridge here that is well aligned
Yeah, yeah.
with the wind. So the wind is pushing from the southeast, so blowing like that, and all the ridges that are perpendicular to the wind direction are going to be very strong. I expect maybe to get some waves uh, just before, so between the position of the pilots there and this very nice ridge here. Maybe there will be a strong wave. Maybe just
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So this ridge, and I think, yeah, right behind, maybe, oh, that's too much. I think just right there, I'm gonna do it again. Right there, they should have maybe some nice waves. We will see if they can get something there, but I assume there will be something great before reaching turn point 2 that will help
Obviously.
them before going to turn point 3. Uh, it's not done yet for those pilots.
But I need they know that because Vitol, Kuba, Yarmo, have a clear decision. They tried the southern option, but they clearly going straight to this small croissant. We can,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a small croissant, and I think that's this one, just right
yeah,
here.
I think so.
And you could see on the other side, Timothée, of the glider, you could see
There is already wave.
that's the wave here. So right now, he will need to pull and turn to the right, for example, to take the wave here, if he wants to do that. Stefan, oh, you can see exactly.
I'm
You
not
can see
so
the
sure
the
because
waves here.
you can see that Kuba and Vitol are going to this mountain, and maybe they will take it to go back on the path to turn point two. I think that if I arrive there, I will go to the left, trying to climb, be aligned with the path to turn point two, and
Yeah.
when I have enough altitude, I'm going to turn point two straight and turning to have the components from the back.
Yeah, that's a good option as well,
Yeah.
Jean-David. Indeed, that's a big decision to make for them, but that's a good option as well, indeed.
Pierre is sticking with all this is this option, and I think he will follow him until the end of this race. And if he, even if he is not qualified, I think he is flying with the best pilot of the world, and he is learning a lot.
Oh yes.
This is obvious.
Yes, yes, exactly, Jean-David. It's really good when you are in the good group to stay with them, to stick with them. Don't be shy. Don't think that you don't deserve to be with those guys. Just stay with them, and learn from them. Maybe you will not win the day, or maybe you will win the day, and you still deserve it. You were just in the good group at the good moment of the race, so stick with them. Try to learn from them. Everyone is doing that at one point in their life, to gain more experience, to fly with the best ones. So if you can do that, that's my advice. Stay with those guys. Hubert in the Arcus, pulling. There is some energy here.
And maybe Tim, we can have a look at the back, just one making one entry, because maybe some pilots are higher. TBA is still high. Sean Churchill also six. Oh, we have 8K and the back. He's above everyone. I will try to find his altitude on the QNAMB.
Ronnie Lindell.
Wow.
I think Alex
He,
is very
yeah,
high.
we are
Peter
with Peter
Paplitz.
here. He is the highest pilot, 7,800 meters.
Yeah, and you see it's a straight flight towards 7.2 here.
Obviously.
Well, you can go left and right a bit to find the best options, but yeah, with when you are so high like that, you should get the wave from that croissant going over and over and over, and it should just be all the waves should be in front of you going to the track and to straight to turn point two. So I assume you can fly straight ahead and then jump from waves to waves, because you are so high right now that the ridges on the ground have much less impact at this altitude. But that's very interesting to see.
That's unfortunate that we don't have an Indian pilot that could confirm that the croissant wave is famous in India. I don't know.
I don't think we have one. Unfortunately, that's why we are doing
Maybe this
those
name will be
races.
maybe this name will be famous one time. Julien
The
Liotard
Croissant
sending
Mountain.
us a message on YouTube. He confirmed that it is an amazing experience. What a start! Thank you to all of you and the task setter. Great job. So even if Julien didn't finish the race, he's really happy to have lived this start with us. Really interesting to have this feedback. Thank you, Julien, and try next time. Back into the race with Vitold. What is he doing, Antoine? Maybe you can have a unzoom view because I don't know where they are. Okay,
Uh, they
beginning
are
of the croissant.
on the Croissant Mountain. Look at that. So will they take the wave or not? Will they get something here? I see him pulling. You see 130 kph. That doesn't look amazing, but that's okay. I'm just gonna do a small story for the guys to join us.
Okay, so this is a key moment, another, because they are all arriving on this perfectly aligned mountain just before the turn point 2. And I think that some pilots didn't found the lift they expected, because Vitol, Yarmo, Kuba and the others, Zbigniew on the right, just above me, right here, didn't stop for a long time. I would have expect them to stop and climb really high to finish this leg. Maybe they are high enough, or maybe they will try another ridge. But looking at the 2D view earlier, it seems to be obvious, but they didn't stop as long as I expected. So on the left, you can see that the pilots decided to go for the northern option. Arrived right now on this mountain. They are maybe going into the small cumulus to take the lift. No, he's away from them. And the other pilots on the right, so just above me, are continuing their route to the turn point 2. Sanders going straight to cumulus, and we can see another lenticular cloud just below cumulus 1, showing the wave behavior on this air mass tonight. So maybe Tim, we can go to the 2D view just to see what they will face until the end. Oh, I guess the 2D view just stopped a bit earlier. Maybe we've reached the maximum altitude of Cunham. We'll tell them that there is a small problem with it when you are reaching 6,000 meters. Oh, sorry, almost 800 meters. 8,000 meters, sorry. So the landscape is really amazing. We can see some icy mountains right here. And Vitol trying to find the best energy line to turn point 2. So going from turn point 1 to turn point 2, we have 70 kilometers. That makes a total of 148 kilometers at turn point 2. So there is just a few kilometers to go, 12 kilometers to go. And the turn point is high, actually. Is high on this glacier, and all the pilots are going straight to it. TBA is so high, it is obvious that he can go straight to it. He's going fast. He's facing downwind, minus 12 meters per second. Not that great for the glide ratio, but he will manage to do it. So you should know that in Condor, the PDA inside of the cockpit doesn't display the relief, the mountains. So you need to be really careful using it. Obviously, you can have another PDA like XSOR, LK8000 or something like that to help you decide which route to take, taking into account the different mountains, if you are on the glide ratio to pass over it or not. This should be really helpful tonight, especially in this type of landscape where the leg 2 is facing multiple ridges that are perpendicular to your routes. You need to be really careful. And wow, that's amazing to see this landscape. This is so wild. Another great interest of Condor is to flying into a region that where the glider is not that developed, for obvious reason of not of a really wild region, because if you have a problem in this type of landscape, I don't think that a lot of people will try to help you. I think that the helicopters and so etc. will have a lot of trouble to get you there. a bit dangerous in real life, but in Condor we can fly, we can surf into these beautiful landscapes on really wide glacier to 10.2 meter, 7,000 meters, and a small group decided to climb. We have JJJ, we have Sean Churchill, KMI on the same climb.
So
Obviously,
Peter, he was at 8,000 meters before Peter.
yeah.
So that's very interesting. Now he's crossing the Croissant Mountain at 7,000 meters. So he lost 1,000 meter here, and he's not catching up that much on TKM and on Vitol Rosac as well. So yeah, that's interesting. But now, and we have Stephen Hill. Stephen Hill from I'm not sure. We need to check.
I will check. United Kingdom, yeah.
From the UK, from the United Kingdom, Stephen Hill here in the Arcus, and you can see he has a lot of headwind, and the variometer is not good at all. A lot of risk to turn that turn point. Not easy, and he's pulling. Maybe there's something again here, and we'll have to push. Okay, he's turning now. Well done, Stephen. And we have Witold Rozak from Poland behind. Yeah, but you cannot go there, mate. There is a mountain, so you need to maybe. Yeah, indeed, that's very clever. So there is a ridge here, and he can get some help from the wind blowing from his right. So that's very clever. I didn't see that. Apologies. Really good. And I think Witold Rozak will do the exact same thing here. Oh, turning a bit early, Witold. Come on. Yeah, don't miss it by 1 meter. Be careful.
Mhm.
Good.
Kuba following.
It looks like it's working here. That's not that
Yeah.
bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, it looks like it's really well working. Wow, 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 wow. Welcome in the spaceship. Indeed. They are going straight to space.
So speaking about a little
Next
about
leg,
Stephen,
next leg is going to the moon, Jean-David?
obviously yes.
Looks like it.
What we can see. So speaking a little bit about Stephen, he tried all the race until now. So he raced for 4 times with us. Unfortunately,
Cool.
he just finished one race. It was the second one. On the other race, he stopped. He landed out or he crashed. So unfortunately, he didn't manage to rank well. But tonight he's flying very well. He's well placed. So we will see if he continues in this dynamic, because I think for the pilots tonight it's a really intense and really dynamic flight. You need to keep this rhythm until the end to be able to rank. But these 3 pilots are really well placed for the top 3. But thank you, team. Johan and the others are so close. They are so close. And maybe, Tim, we can display the average speeds to have a comparison from the first. Okay, that is still amazing.
Yes, and what you know what? It's going to be much higher than that
Yeah,
at
obviously.
the finish line, because now they're gonna go really fast towards turn point 3, then the reporting point, and then the finish line. So I expect, I think 200 kph for a race of 256 kilometers per hour. that that was a fast race, let's say, but at least we will have a crazy finish, I believe. Let's hope to get everyone safe to the finish line, because they will want to fly super fast.
You don't have. I have a guilty mind, because I think that the viewers will be You will be disappointed to see just a shorter show than the previous one, but
Yeah.
maybe, Jordan, if you want, we can re-race after.
Maybe we can do a second round.
We-
We can re-race, yeah.
but we won't comment, we will participate, just to be
Yeah, yeah.
nice with the others.
I'm gonna take my joystick now.
And as we are getting funny, we can see that there is a strong deviation from Vitold. Oh, thank you, Tim. Okay, that
Look at
is
that view.
interesting. That is quite interesting because Vitol on the right decided to go to a place where all the mountains are well aligned with the wind but perpendicular to the track,
Yeah.
just above me. So maybe they will try to get high altitude enough to go to the finish line. I don't know if there is a lower way to go to turn point 3,
Mhm.
but I don't think so. No. So maybe, Tim, you can display the 2D view just to have an overall view of the leg, even if the pointer are not updated. Yes, thank you, Tim. So we are going straight, so they just turn the turn point 2, which is on the bottom of your screen right now. And there is not a straight way to go to turn point 3, close to the finish line. The first pilots, Vito and the other, decided to go on the right, taking maybe searching for the wave on the perpendicular mountains. Maybe the other will try just a bit after when the road is going east-west, so they will find maybe a strong lift right here. We'll see what is going, and you shouldn't forget about the mountains to the finish point because you can face a wall just at the final moments. So be careful. We are still live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Please send us messages if you have questions. If you What is that?
TBA. What are you doing, mate? Ah, it stopped. So maybe a mid-air collision with
Looks like something like that because
yeah.
going down like that.
Yeah, or either he had an issue on his side, either it's a mid-air collision. We will
Yeah.
see. We will debrief that with him later on. Vital Rozak, 5,600 meters. He must go above this one. Oh, he's flying super fast, so he can pull when there's a good lift. Oh, which way? Which way? Okay, decided to go to the left. I think the right was maybe a little bit better, but it's more on the track for this one. You're on 5,600 meters. Do we know who is the leader right now? Is it Vital Rozak that we've just seen? No. Okay. So it's not Vitold.
It's your run. It's your run. Yeah.
It's your own. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Can you show us the way to turn point? Okay. Thank you, Timothée. So we have the track, the yellow line above our heads to go towards the next turn point. Very interesting. Is followed by Oscar Niner, French Vetsfeger, Mikko Nurminen, and another pilot that I don't see clearly. Probably the guy that we've seen. Yeah, Charlie X-Ray India November, I believe. Okay, so two very different options. Vitold on the right, Jeroen Jenen on the left here. So we will see which group will lead the race after this valley, after crossing this valley with the road going from east to west. Indeed, a big highway, I think. And at least there's a river down there. So, Jean-David,
Yes,
you
sorry guys. I was
no,
again
no worries.
one more time.
Look at that great view, the nice mountains here in Kashmir, in India, for race 5 of the qualifiers of the first FAI Virtual World Gliding Championship. Where are we going to go tomorrow? Do you know?
Oh yeah, tomorrow we are going to Canada.
Yeah, we're going to Canada. I don't. So the landscape is called Invermere,
Yeah,
but I think it's in British Columbia in Canada and in Alberta and British Columbia, a mix of both, I believe. And Canadian guy. So it was made by Michel DGT. Uh, that you may know if you are in the Condor community. He has designed the tasks tonight, and he has designed as well the task for tomorrow, Michel, and he created the landscape for tomorrow in Vermeer, which is a really brand new landscape that will be used as well for Condor 3. So it's a work in progress landscape that you will see tomorrow in Canada, and the pilots will race in the open class. So initially, we were supposed to do the opposite, to have the two-seater class tomorrow, but we raced last year in the World Series in Canada already in two-seater. So I was like, okay, we're going to swap both so that we go in open class in Canada tomorrow, so that we get some differences, and we're going to discover another landscape, obviously, tomorrow. Jarmo Kärjäläinen from Finland, 180 kilometers flown out of 256. So we are approaching the 75 last kilometers of the race. Frenchman Donna Pierluigi, one of the first to qualify to the Pro Championship. Congrats
yes,
to him. He has flown every single race of the qualifiers to train properly to the Pro Championship. So a very serious pilot, very serious Donna Pierre this year, looks like. Was not the case last year, Donapia. Huh? We know that. Inigo Redin, I think the Spanish pilot, if I'm correct, in the Arcus, or the Argentinian. I'm sorry if I am wrong.
I will try to check that.
Inigo in Xin. So you can see the leaders in front of us here.
Spanish pilot, yeah.
Spanish pilot, thank you. Oscar Niner, very well placed, but he qualified already. We need probably someone like Vitor Rosac to qualify. It would be great for him.
Yeah.
Obviously, great for the show. One of the best pilots in the world for sure.
Obviously, quite logical.
Yeah.
I will try to find the result he made from the previous races, because knowing him, he
Yeah.
should have flown really, really well.
Stephen Hill, still here. So 65 kilometers to go to the finish line for Stephen, and 330 kilometers per hour. That's an F1 speed, okay?
Obviously.
Formula One speed for Steven. They are flying super fast, as you can see. That's ground speed, 345 kilometers per hour now. That's absolutely crazy. I think JJJ is flying super fast as well.
Obviously,
So
yeah.
that's the downwind. That's the ground speed that we see with the downwind and this high altitude.
And
It gives you crazy speeds.
yeah, Euron has activated the afterburner right now.
They are going straight to space indeed. 320 kph for Zbisek, Kos, the Polish pilots. Oh, man, if they're flying at 300 kilometers on that lake, what's
Yeah,
gonna be
everybody will be happy.
the average speed, man? I really wonder what's gonna be the average speed. So we have turn point 3 on the left, Shin
Yeah,
goes through. Then we go to turn point 4, a little bit on the right, to Apati, I believe, and then the finish to Kargil. And those points are within 10 kilometers. You could see that at the start of the race with the start line very close to them, just in between them, actually. So that's going to be very impressive. And the pilots must remember that those points are quite high. Obviously, they are not right in the middle of the valley, just like the previous ones. They are quite high, so they need to be high enough to be able to pass them, but still they need to be not too high to not lose too much time and so on. So that's a bit of calculations to make for them. Oh man, flying so
Yeah.
fast.
And maybe, Tim, we can look back who is behind, if there is a pilot higher than the other, trying to hide. Okay, not so much. We have Mike
Yeah,
X-Ray on the left, but he's a bit, yeah, he's away from the leading group, so maybe not enough energy to catch up the leaders. Oh, he's on the straight path to it. I don't know if he's high enough, but will be interesting. I think
yeah,
that if there is someone to follow,
that's gonna be
he
Miko,
could be
and he's
Miden.
at 5,800 meters, so that's quite good.
Yeah,
The
he may catch some pilots. Yeah,
Yeah, because the others were lower than that, so that's interesting. Maybe he found a good wave, or yeah. And what's in front of him?
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, very interesting. You see, very interesting because he can go straight to turn point 3 for sure. From here, he doesn't have any mountain to cross, only the small hills, the smaller parts of those mountains here. So he can probably go straight to turn point 3. That's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Well done, Miko. So he qualified already during the previous race, the Finnish pilot in Argentina.
But he
Fe-
confirms.
Yeah, he confirmed that he's a really, really, really good pilot indeed. He really deserves a spot in that Pod Championship and to advance to the next stage of the event. That's a view from the inside from Team Kilstrup Madsen in the Arcus, and you can see that he's on profile with a Mach ready of 2.7 to reach the finish line, and he's flying very, very fast at 230 kph airspeed, something like that, and that's around 300 kilometers ground speed. Look at that speed. They are really in a yeah in a spaceship or in something that goes. Look at the speed. Like it's crazy. Look at the ground now.
As I have a Condor opened, I can see the chat between the pilots, and some of them say that it is Space Mountain right here.
Man, look at
We
that view
we
from the
believe
inside. Wow, 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 wow. Oh yeah. Jeroen Jenen is even Jeroen Jenen is saying in Flemish that yeah, he's feeling like he's flying an F-16
you.
aircraft. So he's in a fighter pilot basically. Fighter pilot mode tonight. Man, that's absolutely crazy. I think that's the first time that the pilots are flying this fast in their life. I really think so. 347 kilometers per hour for Jeroen. What the hell is this? It's absolutely crazy. It's really crazy. 350 kph. I've never seen that in any of our races. My goodness. Just some tailwind, and I can tell you that the tailwind is not that big. It's light wind from the southeast that is
Yeah.
helping them. But the landscape is so high, the ground is so high, it's almost 3,000 meters, the ground level here at the finish line. So they're flying super high, and the speeds are so, so high. It's absolutely crazy. We are reaching with this group of pilots turn point 3 in just a few seconds from now, I would say. So they need to go straight ahead, then go to the one just over our heads. The reporting point is to the right here, and then the finish line is the small, the smallest one that you can see in front of us, but the one going really high here compared to the start line.
Yeah, it is really
Wow.
interesting because the three first pilots are not qualified yet, and the fourth and the fifth one are qualified. So there is,
So it is almost a guarantee for them to get
uh,
the qualification,
I guess,
whatever their place here is. Do
but
we have some news from the guy who was flying from Mikko Nurminen? Is he catching them up or not? But Witold Rozak has a really, really strong lead now.
yeah,
4,700 meters. Pah,
so much so much kinetic energy right here.
look at that. Well done, Sander. Jeroen flying very well as well. Spisetkos. Pierre Lefebvre, well done, Pierre. Really good flight from you. You can be proud of that. Von Schwetzweger. Witold Rozak. So Witold, once you reach the reporting point and the finish line, you must pull up and come back to the start line to restart the race and do the race a second time again, Witold. Okay, if you hear me. And then we will do it once again. When did we start that race? We started 1 hour and 10 minutes ago. Okay.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think we said it would take 1 hour and 20 minutes, but they will beat this time. I think it will be 1 hour and 13, 15 minutes, probably. Well, 240 kilometers, more or less. So, well, they have less than 30 kilometers to do. Less than 40, 30. Yeah, less than 30 kilometers to do right now. Congratulations, Witold.
Yeah,
Crossing
congrats.
turn point 3 right now and is going towards the reporting point right in front of us next to the FAI logo right here. Well done, Witold Rozak.
Nothing scary for him. He will do it.
Exactly.
Sender.
Sander and Kuba as well. He turned the point. That's going to be very close with those pilots. Remember, Jean-David, there was Kuba and Witold in front of the race, let's say 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago, and we wondered whether the guys taking the waves and climbing up to 8,000 meters would be able to uh, to pass over those guys and take the lead, and it never happened. Those guys took more risk going to the
Yeah.
ground
At,
and flying over the mountains. Yeah,
at the end, they didn't stop. They found some energy lines that were very, very powerful. So as they didn't stop and their way was approximately straight to it, it wasn't enough to go high and to stop before. I think that these pilots never stopped, actually. Did you remember at one time they stopped for longer than 3 turns, I guess?
no. I think they
I
just more or less
don't think so, yeah.
stopped in the wave. Let's say they just pulled in the
Yeah,
wave,
just,
just reducing their speed to get as much energy as they could. But that's it. I think they didn't do anything else than that.
yeah.
I think the waves were much stronger, maybe than expected. Tomorrow we'll fly as well in mountains, so maybe they will see again some very strong conditions with some waves. We will have a look at that. Witold Rozak just turning the reporting point.
Perfect finish for him. So he need to go through the finish line with an altitude more than 2,950 meters.
Okay, I think
That looks okay.
that looks good. That looks good. Kuba, well done, Kuba. I would be very happy to have you. Just something to consider. Obviously, there are two other slots. We will fly this race after this one, so overnight. We'll get the official results tomorrow before the last race of these qualifiers. And as well, we'll need to make sure that the pilots didn't get penalties at start. We are almost certain for TBA, but we'll need to check for all of them. It's still a very close finish behind Witold. Looks like Witold has the lead and will keep the lead until the end. We see some other pilots joining the turn point 3 right now.
Interesting to see that Vitold arrives with too much energy. Doesn't happen
Yeah,
often, but the sky
exactly.
was magic tonight in India.
Congratulations,
Congratulations.
Vitold. Well done, Vitold Rozak. Qualifies to the Pro Championship, most probably. Sander Terpstra. Wow! Doing a barrel roll. Maybe he pulled a little bit too much. I think. What did he do?
He enjoyed he enjoyed too much.
You need to pull, mate. Okay. Kuba. Zbisek. He's pulling. I don't know why he's pulling, but and someone is passing in front of him for
Yeah, and
Zbisek. Why?
look at that.
And
Pierre.
Pierre Lefebvre. Well done, Pierre. Well done. It's the top 5 or top 10 at the barely minimum for you tonight. So very well done. Congratulations. Stephen Hill from the UK. Very good flight from you. Congratulations as well for completing this task amongst the first. Inigo Redin from Spain. Well done as well. Congratulations, Inigo. We see him from time to time on top in the top 10, but really good. Very well done, guys. And he's going for it again, Vitold. Well done, guys. It's time to race again. They completed the task at 55. So 1 hour and 15 minutes after the start race. Wow. Arthur Duke. Well done, Arthur. So Arthur, he was one of the guys uh, in the wave at 8,000 meters just after turn point 1, going to turn point 2 indeed. Hubert, 210 kilometers per hour. Yeah, that's easy, mate. Yeah, guys, just stay in the air and enjoy the flight, really. Enjoy it because I'm not sure you will fly in those conditions again. Flying that fast and with such high ground speeds, it's absolutely crazy. It was crazy to follow Jean David tonight.
Yeah, obviously we were amazed by the altitude, amazed by the speeds, and I think we will enjoy to do some memes about that just after the race.
Yeah, I think so.
And in the end, a great flight from everyone. Another great show, great strategies. It was really interesting because until half of the last leg, we didn't know which route was the best one.
Yeah.
So really, really interesting. Thank you for the task setters and for Michel doing this amazing landscape. This is genius, and I'm thrilled to fly it.
Well done. I've seen François Seifert who qualified as well to the Pro Championship, crossing the line. Mikko Nurminen is just crossing the line right now. Below, India Kilo in the Hercus. I think that was a crazy flight to do. Vitold Rozak is landing right now, the winner of race 5 here in India. Congratulations. Wow.
I didn't saw that.
208 kilometers per hour average speed. We'll see what the guys on the other servers will do because, yeah, for sure they will have a lot of information from this live streaming that we made. So hopefully it will not impact too much the results. It's not often the case, but from time to time, yeah, obviously watching the stream from the European server can affect the other servers and help them to achieve greater speeds. But it's much better to fly with 75 pilots and to see all the options and see everyone pulling or pushing. You get much more information than flying on a server of 20 pilots where only a few of them will be able to find the best lift. So we really believe that the European server obviously is the best one for the pilots to qualify and to get a chance to win a race. But
Mm.
sometimes you can win on other server. Jean David, what can we say about tonight? I mean, absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it was obviously crazy. We love speed tonight and we love altitude. It was a really amazing race and an amazing landscape. It was, I think, to my mind, best than China, because in China we lived an amazing race also already, but here
Yeah,
it was disproportional. It was amazing.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to see the last chance tomorrow to qualify. I think a lot of pilots need to qualify. They want it. It will be really, really hard and a great fight tomorrow already.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. Really looking forward for tomorrow in Canada in open class. So well, guys, thank you for following us tonight. It was a great show. I think we will never see again 345, 350 kilometers per hour ground speeds. Maybe tomorrow, but I don't think so. I think like the mountains were really high and pilots flying super high tonight. So I doubt it. We will see tomorrow in the waves of Canada, where the pilots will try to qualify. Is going to be a crazy race for the last race of the qualifiers. Thank you so much, Jean-David. Thank you, Timothée. Thank you, Sébastien, Marc, Michel, Jean-François, all the people working on the project. And Jean-David already left. You know, he has no time to lose tonight. Just kidding. Uh, Guys, see you tomorrow. Enjoy the flight if you are still flying and are both looking at the stream and flying tonight. Maybe continue to fly and enjoy this crazy environment of India. It was amazing to race there in India and to discover a part of the country. I hope to be able to discover other parts in the coming years for other races. Thank you so much, and we see you tomorrow, probably same time for the race in Canada. Jean-David, last
I'm
words
back
for you
for
who
the last
disappeared.
one. Sorry for the connection problem and see you tomorrow.
See you. Bye bye.